Hey there. Today, we are going to dive into what is probably the most complicated, fascinating place on the planet, the landscape of your own mind. We're going to try and build a kind of guide, a map if you will, to help us navigate it with a lot more clarity.
So let's just start with a big question right off the bat. Are you really in control of your own mind? Or does it feel like your mind is in control of you? Now, we all like to think we're in the driver's seat, but if you really stop and think about it, how much of what you think, feel, and do every day is just an automatic reaction? You know, this just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? When we let our minds just run on autopilot, we can end up doing things that are actually harming us, and we don't even see it happening. That anxiety, that stress, that anger that just pops up, it's like we're sawing away at our own sense of well-being.
So let's dig into that idea, cutting your own branch. Because this is exactly what happens when we get lost in those unconscious, automatic reactions. We get so wrapped up in the feeling of the moment, the anger, the fear, that we're totally blind to the damage we're doing to ourselves. And that's that autopilot mood I was talking about. It's basically running on old programming, old habits, old impressions, stuff from years and years ago. And without us being aware of it, these old patterns just keep us stuck, steering us right back into the same old cycles of frustration and stress, over and over again. But what if I told you there's a huge shift in perspective that can change all of this? It's this incredible revelation that there is a massive difference between the thoughts that are just flickering through your mind and the part of you that is simply aware of them. And that brings us to a really powerful analogy, the canvas. Just imagine your awareness is a big, blank movie screen. On that screen, you can play anything, a scary horror movie full of anxiety, a happy comedy, a tense drama. But no matter what's playing, the screen itself is never actually hurt or changed by the movie. It just stays clear, pure, and unchanged. So here's the absolute game changer. We spend most of our lives identifying with the paintings, with the movies. We believe, I am anxious or I am angry. The goal here is to completely flip that script, to realize that you're not the painting. You are the canvas underneath it all. You're the stable, unchanging awareness that's just observing. And look at what this looks like in practice. It's so powerful. On the left, you're totally fused with the feeling, I am anxious. But look at the right. You've created just a little bit of breathing room. You're not the anxiety anymore. You're the one who is noticing a thought of anxiety. It seems like a small change in words, but it represents a gigantic shift in your inner world.
Okay, so if you're the canvas, how do you actually navigate all these different paintings that keep showing up? Well, you need a tool, and that tool is your mind's inner compass, your self-awareness.
And the beautiful thing about this inner compass is that it doesn't judge you. You know, a real compass doesn't get mad at you for heading north when you meant to go south. It just says, hey, just so you know, you're heading north. Self-awareness does the exact same thing for your mind. It just shows you, hey, a thought of anger is here with zero judgment.
For most of us, our default setting, our automatic path, points north. This is the direction of those knee-jerk reactions, of getting hooked by anger, of letting anxiety just take over. It's the path of least resistance, right? It's been carved out by years and years of habit.
But there is another way to go, south. And south represents a chosen path. This is where, instead of reacting with anger, you can choose to respond with curiosity. Instead of shutting down in anxiety, you can choose to remain open. This is the path of conscious choice.
And that, right there, is the true power of your compass. Self-awareness gives you that critical moment of choice. It shows you, whoops, I'm heading north again. And in that single moment of just noticing, you get the power to pause, take a breath, and consciously decide to travel south instead.
All right, so you've got this inner compass. That's great. But how do you actually use it, especially when you're caught in the middle of a mental storm? Well, for that, we need a user manual. And here it is, a simple 5-step framework called the POISE method. Let's just walk through this. It's super straightforward. First, P is for presence. That's just noticing, hey, I'm hooked, I'm reacting. Second, O for observer. You step back and just watch the thought or feeling without getting tangled up in it. Third, I for investigate. You get a little curious. Why is this thought showing up right now? Fourth, S for space. This is where you create that distance, and remember you're the canvas, not the paint. And finally, E for embody. You bring yourself back to that calm, centered awareness. You've navigated the thought instead of letting it carry you away.
Now, what this whole method really does is it builds something called metacognitive awareness.
I know it's a fancy-sounding term, but it means something really simple. It's the ability to think about your thinking. Instead of being lost in your thoughts, you are aware of your thoughts. And that awareness, that's freedom.
So let's bring it all home. How does this actually change things in your everyday life? Well, it's all about making that conscious shift from an automatic, knee-jerk reaction to a deliberate, thoughtful response.
Think of it this way. This whole framework is your map for tricky situations. When you get that frustrating email from your boss, or you're in a tense conversation, taking just a second to check that inner compass, that's what lets you choose your path. It allows you to respond from a place of awareness, not just react from a place of old habits.
All right, so let's just quickly recap the big ideas. Number 1, uncontrolled reactions can literally be like cutting the branch you're sitting on. 2, you are not your thoughts. You are the wide-open awareness behind them. 3, self-awareness is your inner compass. It shows you where you're headed. 4, the poise method is the simple, 5-step user manual for that compass. And all of this, it helps you shift from just reacting to life to consciously responding to it.
And I think this might be the most important thing to remember. The goal here isn't to somehow have a perfectly empty, quiet mind. Come on, that's impossible. The real transformation happens when you change your relationship with your thoughts. When you can see them, acknowledge them, and then just let them pass by without getting totally swept away. So, we'll end on this thought. You have the tool now. You've got the user manual. You know the difference between heading north and heading south. The only question left is, where will you choose to go?